Alright guys, I have got a good game for you today. I've uploaded a bunch of stuff since I stopped uploading. I think it's probably been a couple months since I've uploaded something. I have a series with a bunch of replays that I tried to move through that I might upload, a few games with my casual deck Hirobi, and a bunch of blowouts that I recorded live that really sucked because I still can't go and watch my multiplayer replays. Though, in all honesty, I've almost given up on playing multiplayer in mtgo just because the competition is simply not there. I don't really prefer to play one-on-one, but the players are much better. And the player I have for you today is excellent. Dawts may have, and I'm almost positive he does, the highest win percentage of any player on mtgo against me. He likes to play decks with lots of counter spells, likes to have an answer for anything, kind of a tempo player, likes to slam down an early threat, and then just kind of answer everything you play. I've played against this Geist of St. Traff deck more than any other deck. He's actually going to be playing Tasigur today. I played a couple series. This was the first series. It was a 3-game series. The first game, I won the die roll and slammed a fast Necropotent, so he never got out from underneath it. It wasn't a very good game. He just kind of got blown out. And then in the second game, he led with an early Soul Ring and started attacking my mana base with Wasteland and stuff like that, and he kind of blew me out, and it wasn't a very good game. But the third game in the series was excellent, and that is the game I'm going to show you here today. It was quite a game. I enjoyed it a lot. So, without further ado, we're going to go through this replay a little bit. Ooh. Not that fast, though. Step by step. Let's I don't want to back it up because I don't want to ruin anything. But, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've mulled to 6. The first hand was not keepable, and I think our top deck here was the I can't remember. I think it might have been the Lotus Petal, which is actually a really good top deck. Almost rather have a land, but this hand was very keepable with 2 lands in the Mana Vault. Tendrils isn't that great. Pyroblast is pretty strong against his deck. He plays lots of counter spells. As I saw in the first couple games, it was very good. High Tide's not bad. Tendrils is fairly dead as a kill con in the hand, but it is actually not as bad as it would be in multiplayer, where I have to get like a stupidly high storm count and pretty much, for all intents and purposes, go infinite. I can actually just use kind of a finite Tendrils line to actually kill players with just 40 life sitting across from me. Either way, this hand isn't spectacular by any means. This isn't a Soul Ring, so I don't get to keep on going. I don't have a 3rd or 4th land, which is really strong against control on one-on-one. But the hand is keepable. So, middle of the road hand here. And we're going to open with the Mana Vault, hoping to get something big off of it. Now, he shocks, and he's going to duress. Now, when he duresses me here, he has an interesting choice. I can't remember exactly how long he waits, but he doesn't wait very long. If you were him, what would you take here? I'll give you a second to think about it. Okay. He ends up taking this Pyroblast, which isn't a bad move. In fact, if you're just looking at this hand right away and you'd watched our last couple games, it would kind of be the obvious take here. But I'm going to try to guess a little bit at his hand just based on what he takes. Because if he takes the Lotus Petal, I can't slam a turn 2 Jeleva, which makes me think he may not have the 2-drop counter, which is kind of confusing me because he plays a lot of fast counters in his deck. So I'm not sure. I think he waited for a little bit, so I'm pretty sure he was trying to decide whether he wants to take this Petal or this Pyroblast. Maybe he didn't want to risk me just topping a land and being able to get that Jeleva, but if he had another counter, he could prevent it. But it also makes me think he possibly has a kill spell. Either way, my options here are not very open. I don't have a lot of lines to take, so I'm kind of at his mercy at this duress. He goes ahead and takes the Pyroblast. At the time, I'm actually kind of happy he takes the Pyroblast. I really wanted to slam a turn 2 Jeleva. Tasigur plays a lot of spells, and Jeleva is going to be really strong in this matchup. Based off what I saw in the first couple games, which I did slam her multiple times. And you can see, look how many cards she hits here. In this situation with the top deck of the Cabal Ritual, which he doesn't know I have since he dressed me beforehand, my line right now is going to be the same way I beat him game 1, which is just I'm going to Grim Tutor for free, grab Necropotence, cast it off that Cabal Ritual, and just slam it down his throat, even if I don't hit another mana source. As of right now, that is what I'm thinking needs to happen. Even without knowing what I top deck, he probably knows there's a good chance I hit a mana source with 2 draws. He gets a Soul Ring, which is good. Demonic Tutor's floating 1, and I'm thinking, I really hope he doesn't have a kill spell. And I'm thinking about things, I'm like, oh, he won't play Slaughter Pact, blah, blah, blah. I'm not really thinking about the 1v1 control suite most players play. And what do you think he grabs? Dismember. What a kick in the nuts. I'm only on 2 lands. I've got a tap mana vault. Cabal Ritual and High Tide aren't doing a whole lot for me, and they're really kind of all in against a deck that plays a lot of counter spells. He doesn't necessarily have a draw engine online, but he's going to be able to get his tasigur out pretty quickly and put a clock on me. And with a kill condition and a couple rituals in my hand, and Jeleva now costing 6, I am not in a great position here. So things are looking kind of bleak with his Soul Ring sitting on that side of the field. We top deck a land, which is perfectly fine by me. We need to hit lands this game. Unfortunately, that's all we get to do. So if he has some kind of nasty follow-up, we could be in all sorts of trouble here. And sure enough, leaving the Demonic Tutor to try to bring back with his tasigur ability, he slams down that tasigur real quick. One of the reasons this card is so good in one-on-one is not just because you can put a clock on someone for 4 as opposed to multiplayer, but also because you can just get it down so early as compared to Damia. And when you're playing lots of instant speed cards, his ability is really easy to get you that incremental card advantage, which is just back-breaking in one-on-one when you can just hold people down. And to make matters worse, out comes Dark Confidant. At this point, it's looking real bad. It's 5 mana to 3 on board. He's got 3 cards in his hand with a Dark Confidant line. He's got a draw engine in tasigur, and I really don't have anything. And I'm thinking, oh deck, please help me. Island. High Tide. Huh? That's right. We're going to High Tide and Cabal Ritual and slam Jeleva right now. The longer we let that Dark Confidant drag out, the longer we let his tasigur sit there, our odds are going way, way down. The only chance we have is to pretty much drop this Jeleva right away. If I'd have had a Lion's Eye Diamond, I'd have pitched that damn Tendrils and dropped the Jeleva. We have to get something going on in this game or we're just going to get blown out. So actually, this Island top deck was really good because it pretty much essentially got me 2 mana, allowed me to use this High Tide, and allowed me to re-slam this Jeleva. And look at the stack of cards we're hitting now that she's at 6. Hymn to Trock, Serum Visions, Spell Crumple, Nature's Claim, Chain of Vapor, Windfall, Vandal Blast, and Gamble. Now, that is quite a stack of cards. The problem is our wheel here doesn't give us a ton of cards. It's a windfall. We don't have a really good way to refill our hand yet. With his Dark Confidant online, that him isn't doing us too many favors. We don't really have enough mana to go off. Things are still not looking great. But we get this Brainstorm, which is really good. It's a really good top deck in this position. Now, I think about using it, and I go, no, I'm not using this Brainstorm. I'm almost positive he's got the counter. I'm going to swing in with the Windfall, and then dig for the counter after he tries to answer it. And he thinks for a second, and he in fact does have the counter. It's a Counter Squall. We Brainstorm. Mana Drain. Exactly what we're looking for. This is exactly the kind of Brainstorm we need to hit. We've got a Soul Ring to catch back up. We've got a Gush, which is actually incredibly good when we're not making land drops here, and we know what's coming off the top with that we're going into with this Windfall. And this is just a great Brainstorm here. So now we can Mana Drain his Counter Squall, and we can use that to cast the Soul Ring and the Gush that we put down and bend the Tendrils that we didn't need. And now we've got a Mox Diamond, a Soul Ring, and a Gush. The cards are back to even, and now we're both with the Soul Ring, and Jeleva still has plenty of awesome stuff underneath. Since he didn't kill it, that means he pretty much doesn't have a kill spell. We knocked a Dig Through Time and a Cryptic Command out of his hand, both very powerful cards. And we're able to get our Soul Ring out right here. And look at this, Gush. I'm going to Gush right away because I haven't made my land drop for my turn yet, so I can immediately drop one more land back out. And I can even pitch the other land to Mox Diamond to possibly play something else. Unfortunately, he has a Stubborn Denial, and I cannot pay for it because he has Tasigur in play. This is pretty much just like a 1-mana counterspell with his Tasigur. Very strong in his deck. Good counterspell on that Gush, but we still got to bounce the lands. Which necessarily, I mean, I guess that's not good. It doesn't really do anything, actually. But his Bob is just working away at that card advantage, but it's also doing something else. It's whittling away at his life, which is going to make my tendrils a little easier. He's going to activate Tasigur here. What would you give him back? Look through his yard. If you're playing my deck, what would you give him? I'm going to go ahead and give him this Exclude. The Exclude is the only thing that's going to do nothing for him. I only have 3 creatures in my deck. Jeleva is already on board. I do not want to give him pretty much anything else that he could get back right now. Any other card I give him is horrible for me right now. So he's going to swing in with both of them. Both of our life totals start to drop a little bit. And we get this Merchant Scroll. And this is where I think the longest. Because we've got a lot of options here. We've got a draw spell under Jeleva, so we could potentially go get our Mystical Tutor or something of that nature. But at the end of the day, I am behind. My odds of winning are low. Let the chips fall where they may. Dark ones, oh luck. Let's go. It's time to gamble. I'm feeling some Matchroom Cawthon luck if you're a Wheel of Time fan. I think the only way we win this game is taking a incredibly risky line here. What am I gambling for? Can you guess? What can pull me out of this hole before he slams the door shut on me? There's only one answer to that question, and it's Yogg-Win. And I had to not only not lose this Yogg-Win, but in my mind, I pretty much had to not lose this Merchant Scroll either. Positions he's in, I'm not just going to be able to force this through. I need to make him fight this Merchant Scroll and then force my Yawgmoth's Will through to win this game. So, I'm not going to cast the Yawgmoth's Will, obviously. I'm going to cast the Merchant Scroll. Damn, he's got the counter. It's a memory lapse. I'm actually quite happy about the memory lapse. I'm not happy it gets countered, obviously, but I'm happy that it is a memory lapse that is countering it, because I do not mind getting a Merchant Scroll again. He brainstorms, he has a fetch land, not something I like to see. Now he's got card quality to go along with his card advantage, and we are dying very, very quickly. But the good news is he has not found an out to this Jeleva yet. So, what are you going to cast off Jeleva this time? What would you cast? I need to empty his hand, and I must force through Yawgmoth's Will. Time is running out. I have no time left. Him, I think, will prompt a counter, or is a good chance of hitting cards that I don't want him to have in the first place, just pulling the counter anyway. He activates his Tasigur, and I give him back, I think, the Force Spike. And I think he discards both cards I decided to give him back in the Exclude and the Force Spike, which I'm going, oh, so he's got a good counter spell in his hand still. So, what would you do if you were in my position? Well, we both cast multiple spells this turn already. I've already got the Tendrils Bend, and Yawgmoth's Will is online. I don't know, if you look here, Storm Count is only at 1. Oops. Merchant Scroll. Storm 2. Counterspell. Storm 3. Only have 3 mana to cast a Yawgmoth's Will. At this point, I'm thinking it's time to push our chips towards the center of the table. I am in a bad position. I've been in a bad position all game. I need to all-in him right now. I think if I let him untap again, I just straight up lose. With only 1 land untapped, I think I have a good odds of dodging whatever counter might be in his hand. Look at this density. I can't let him activate Tasigur again. I can't let him activate Dark Confidant again, or I'm just going to get crushed. But, look at the Storm Count. It's already up to 3, and he's only at 24 life. Yawgmoth's Will is 4. Gush is 5. Mox Diamond off the Gush land is 6. Lotus Petal is 7. 8 in Cabal Therapy. And if you notice, that's not quite a kill. And if you count the mana, it's not quite there yet. But we're going to have extra mana to cast a Brainstorm. And if this Brainstorm hits any castable spell, I can outright kill him. And even if it doesn't, I can Tendrils him to get enough life back that I can potentially kill him just swinging Jeleva twice or finding Grape Shot and just hitting him for 1. Not to mention his Dark Confidant can just kill him on its flip trigger. So, we're going straight for Tendrils. Ooh. So brings back an island. Cabal Ritual, well, it still taps 5. Gush the island back. Mox Diamond. And lag. Brainstorm. Bam. Top Impulse Chrome Mox. We just hit double storm. Not only can we outright kill him now, but we can outright kill him +1 because we get 2 castable spells. Oh no, sorry, 3 because of the Chrome Mox. So I guess my math was slightly off. I think it was 2 damage off of what I thought I was even going to be able to do when I took the line. I really didn't have any other option anyway in my mind. But now, after casting all of those spells, Tendrils just outright kills him. This was a really, really good game. Dawts is an incredibly, incredibly good player. His deck, I've only actually seen his tasigur deck today. It's very, very strong. His Geist deck usually whips my butt up and down. So I've had quite a few good games with this player. He's an excellent player. Happy to be uploading another good video again for you guys. I'll try to upload some more, but it's hard for me to get high-quality games, especially multiplayer. So unless I can actually see who I'm playing against and kind of make sure it's a good match, I don't really want to record it ahead of time. I don't really have too much interest to play on mtgo multiplayer with a competitive deck at this point, just because it's a waste of my time. It makes people unhappy. It's a waste of their time. But if I get some more good 1v1 games like this, I'll be showing you some more games with Jeleva. I feel like I've uploaded so many games with Jeleva at this point that if you've watched most of them, you should have a good idea how to pilot the deck. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks.